Hi there, Taurus. It's Maria from the Tarot Shop here, and this is your August reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We have this month. I'm using the Angels of Healing and Hope Oracle deck, so I'll take one card there for you. And the tarot I'm using, I'll put the link in the description below. Okay, so Taurus for the month of August. Let's see what Oracle card for the month of August. What would you like Taurus to know? All those Taurians. Have faith. It's quite an odd thing for Taurian because obviously you're very practical, and it's very interesting when somebody says have faith because it's almost too far removed from reality for you, but that's an important card. So obviously we have some sort of change coming through this month. So let's give you your tarot cards for the month for August for Taurus. That was misshuffling, not jumpers. What I mean by that is if the cards fall out of their own, as in they jump out of the pack, then that's what we call a jumper, and that card wants to be seen. Whereas if you get a few like that, where I've misshuffled and they've fallen out of my hand, they aren't meant to be seen. They're meant to be reshuffled. Okay, so we've got Taurus for August. Okay, so at the beginning of the month, as you can see, we've got the Devil card. Now, the Devil card procrastinates, slows you down, distracts you. And you know when they say you're tempted by the devil, it essentially is that you get lots of temptation. So you spend the beginning of the month of August being slightly confused and also extremely distracted by shiny things, in essence. So anything that distracts you, need to watch out for it because it's going to confuse you. And also it's stopping you from making a decision that needs to be made. So it looks as if at the beginning of the month you are very distracted and you're not making a decision. Let's see where we go through whether you do need, yeah, you will make the decision anyway. But at the beginning of the month, it looks as if there's some avoidance going on here. And I don't know what that is relating to, but there's avoidance there. And then you move on to a very, once you've got through this, like walking in treacle, very easily distracted. Perhaps you're on holiday and you're able to forget what's going on in the real world, if you know what I mean. So there's some escapism there is probably what I want to say. And then in the middle of the month, you have a question here. You have a situation here where you've got the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands takes after this period of inertia, then moves forward at speed, and you become very decisive and very progressive, and you just decide to move forward. And this is with regards to a financial goal. Now, you've also got the Knight, so we've got movement here as well. So it says you are moving forward at speed with a slowly maturing financial situation. So there's progress in the financial situation that you're looking for here, but it's slower than you would expect because you've got the Knight of Pentacles. You can see this is actually, it's quite a ploddy horse, so it takes its time. The money comes, but it has to mature slowly. But there's movement here, so it's like fast movement, very decisive. You're moving forward to create something in your life that is going to slowly and carefully and steadily provide you with financial reward. I hope that makes sense. Then you have a situation here. So that's kind of like you're moving forward with this towards this ultimate goal of financial control. And the reason I say it's because you've got the Emperor. Now the Emperor is you're in charge of your own. You know, this is the Emperor, so he's the king of his kingdom, and he basically, everybody relies on him to be able to provide. Everybody relies on him to be able to guide. And, you know, it's the Emperor's somebody who is, I'm just listening to see what was being said there, taking charge of everything. So it's a leadership role here. So we're just saying, right, here we have a leader. And they're not a leader in an egotistical sense of the word. It's a leader as in somebody who is in charge of people, in charge of their welfare, and in charge of their well-being. So you kind of, this is something that may come. So it could be that, for example, this is a counselling, you know, you're doing some sort of counselling role, or you're what I want is a very Aryan thing. So it's like you're creating something new. You're taking charge of something. I'm just trying to make sense of what's being said here. So you're taking charge of something, leading the way. That's it. So you're leading the way And this is what this whole thing is. So it looks as if you're taking charge of something, leading the way, and it's with regards to your employment. So the reason I say that is because you've got a couple of wands here, and then you become the King of Wands. So you've got somebody that either comes in and supports you in your striving for leading the way in this situation, this idea that you have, or this venture. I want to say it's a venture. And you have this guidance from somebody around you who is the King of Wands. So it's somebody who's going to come in and say, look, we need to get practical here. The wands are very practical. They're very activity. They're very action orientated. So you'll probably find that at the end of it, you'll be able to turn it into a reality based on this person around you that's able to almost like give you a to-do list. Right? Okay, we need to do this, 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 and this in order for you to be able to be your own boss. Okay, so that's pretty much what you're heading towards. And if it's not your own boss of running your own company, it's being a boss of a situation. So that's what you're looking for, Taurus, which makes tremendous sense because actually this is absolutely a brilliant Taurian read. It's quite slow and progressive, which is what you're looking for. You don't like to rush things. It's about moving towards ownership. And actually there's somebody here to support you and to guide you along the way and to be very decisive. Or this could be an aspect of you where you take charge and become very practical. But the month ends on extremely practical notes. And then they do say here, as we've got the card of have faith. So it may feel that maybe this distraction at the beginning of the month is something that's like some kind of issue is thrown in there that kind of puts you off track. And, you know, whatever that is, and then you go, okay, I don't really know if this is what I want to do. So you've got the confusion and the distraction, and the devil comes in and teases us away from where we should be going. It's just noise, unnecessary noise, white noise, I always call it. And then when you move through the white noise, you need to remember that actually, even though that has happened, it's happened for a reason. And you need to have faith that ultimately you're going to get the support that you need. And this is the position that you're moving towards, which is to become the emperor of your kingdom. Okay, so that's it, Taurus. I hope that you found that helpful. And thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye.